that everybody agrees that do nothing is not an option. Something has to be done with regard to the Kerala's transport needs, because this kind of highway, which 24/7, the speeds never go beyond 40 kmph, may not be a good option. It is not a sustainable option if economy has to progress and people have to be more productive. When you don't have population is not increasing, then the existing population has to be more productive, and there has to be more economic activity in this regard. One thing everybody agrees, that the developmental indicator is not that poor people have a car, but it is the rich people when they travel by public transport. And the primary objective of this project should be to wean away the people from this personal private mode of car transport, which is very popular in Kerala. And they are not going to switch over to public transport merely by offering an incremental speed advantage of 20% or 30%. It has to be shockingly fast, because there is a first mile penalty and last mile penalty. For using a public transport, he has to reach the point of this public transport, this high speed rail, and then at the end he has to dissipate from there. So this has been the philosophy of wherever the high speed have been implemented. Precisely the philosophy has been to wean away the rich people from their private car to the public transport. Second thing is, Kerala has a peculiar geography where it is not intercity traffic like Paris-Lyon or Tokyo-Osaka. There are a series of settlements which are equally affluent and equally important. In high-speed transport planning, we call it a string of pearls. So in a string of pearl system, we cannot solve the problem by providing Shatabdi and Rajdhani, which skip out entire 100 kilometer, 200 kilometer and then provide a stop. So the technology upgradation is the only option. Most of the point which Dr. Menon has said have been discussed at length in the Niti Aayog. In fact, I attended the 2 meetings for this project in the Niti Aayog, and we have dwelled over that. I will try to, whatever is my capacity, say his experience and his vision is much broader than what we have. But still, with my limited vision, I will try to address the issues which Dr. Menon has raised. And if I am wrong, kindly excuse me if I say something which is totally off the mark. So, the first and foremost comes the gauge. I have been reading in the newspapers a lot of things being talked about the gauge about this project. Let me tell you, most of that information, although right, but is dated. It was okay 20 years back, it was okay 15 years back, but in the present context, that is not okay. 20 years back, we did not have standard gauge technology. So, it is unfortunate that media is using the word British gauge and Indian gauge. Say there is nothing like British gauge and Indian gauge. Now, we should talk technical. The standard gauge is all over there and broad gauge is also all over there. 2017, when this report was, DPR was put up, our national policy was, I will confine myself to the technical and policy matters. That is only my forte. Our national policy was that metros will be allowed to be built on a standard gauge if they are on PPP basis or they are funded by multinational banks. But Indian Railway will provide everything on broad gauge only.